peoples. How are you all doing? Do not adjust your screens. It is I. um, y'all, first of all, let me say, turn down, chicken. um, Let me start with this. I want to say thank you for those of you who did reach out for my birthday. These 40s is something else, baby. Yes, they are. I know some of you keep up with the Wake Up the Right Way Wednesday videos. Yes, a sister got a new job. Y'all make sure you all are praying for my future endeavors, okay? Um, so I wanted to come on here because I was struggling with something that somebody else was struggling with. Yeah, now y'all know sometimes we pick up other people's baggage and we start carrying it around. But I was struggling with it because I kept thinking this sounds like I've been through this. Have you ever found somebody else's mess intriguing because it sounded familiar to you? I know I have. Don't act like I be the only one when I come on here, y'all. Don't play with me. So here's what I'm gonna give y'all. Now, the issue I have is how we grow old in grief. Understand what I'm getting ready to get to you. So I'm gonna break this down, and y'all know when I start talking, I'm talking about some mess I done been in, but I try to do it indirectly. And I don't want nobody looking at my videos and be like, "She talking about me." And yes, that's a man's voice, because some of these ninjas be on there like, "Was you talking about me when you said?" So, um, let me give you all the definition of grief, because this mess me and my little passed up a little bit when I realized this. So grief is the response to loss, okay? Um, Particularly to the loss of someone or some living thing that has died, to which a bond or affection was formed. Now I'm gonna stop right there for a second, okay? Because sometimes, just sometimes, we feel as though we didn't came to life in the beginning of a new relationship. We feel like that person didn't add some value to our net worth. All of a sudden, we 30 days in and they the one. Y'all know what I'm talking. It's called the honeymoon phase, and traditionally, the honeymoon phase is supposed to like last a few years. You're supposed to realize who you with like after 7 years. I think that's way too long to be realizing this a Negro you wasn't even supposed to been with from day one. But that's just my opinion. It's just y'all know I stay in the average just a mess for 4 5 years. I didn't change that. It's been a couple years since I actually had a for real something I would claim. But I got to thinking about this, and there is life in a new relationship. Here's the thing: what happens to you when that relationship dies? This is not rhetorical. I really want you to think about this. What happens to you when that relationship when the relationship dies? When you realize that Junebug or Shaquita did not want you, and they realized that you just wasn't the one, this ain't working, but you wasn't feeling that way. What happens when the relationship is dead? How you feeling at that point? That's 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 what I got from this. Because if it died, can you get out the bed the next day after they done moved their stuff out? Come, I know I ain't the only person that went through this. Do you feel like you can go on during them first 72 hours? Do you feel as though your life is over because you really thought that this person was the one? So how do you respond to that dead end relationship at that point? I want y'all to think about this, because when I say we grow old in grief, we act like ain't no coming back from what died. You understand what I'm saying? Um, Now keep in mind, we suffer behind the loss of a loved one, right? And we have to understand that We have to go through a grieving loss with a grieving process with loss, period. The relationship, you lost somebody, it didn't work out. You lost a job after so many years of being on that job, and you trying to figure out, do I know how to do anything else? Am I going to get paid the same amount, or am I going to start over? Like, your mind has gone into this negative mode. The grieving process comes with some negativity. And a lot of times, the first thing we do, this is the first part of this negativity to me, from the people I talk to it, and how I've reacted to things. A lot of times we be like, why God? Why you have to take this job? Why you bring me this person if they didn't want me? Why you allow me to have the house only to lose it? Why you allow this marriage to go forward only for it to end in divorce? My question to you today is, when it dies, how are you dealing with the loss? Now let me tell you something, because I know what this look like. When you grow old in grief, your hair start to fall out, you start getting bags up under your eyes, you start losing weight. Some people gain weight. You either overeating or you're undereating. Some people just don't have an appetite. Depression creeps in. Now, for some of us, depression is self-inflicted. You have a choice to stay in bed. You physically know you've been in the bed for 12 hours. Now, if you didn't get to that point where it's a dark place means you don't remember anything. Or at least that's how my dark place look. You get to a dark place, and to me, the darkness is beyond depression. Sometimes in depression, you're aware of what you're not doing. You know you ain't washing your butt. You know you ain't got out the bed. When you hit a dark place, you don't remember the last time you ate. Oh, Jesus. When you hit a dark place, you don't know how long you've been asleep. You don't even know what day it is. You don't remember the last time you showered. You don't know if the kids ate. That's what darkness looks like. What I'm talking about is the fact that you refuse to take ownership of what you've lost. Own up to the fact that you lost a job. It's time to move on. And sometimes God closes certain doors because we took too long to walk away from it. Every door ain't for us. I told y'all I didn't walk through a whole lot of relationship doors that wasn't for me. I think I hear wrong niggas stop here stamped on my forehead for the longest, and I was letting them stop too. I'm just saying. So I want you all to understand something. Growing old in grief, you start to look like you growing old in your grief. Not only do people know that the relationship is done, you looking like it's done. I'm just saying. Sometimes we got to understand that if we're taking a loss, and I'm not talking about the loss of a loved one, because I don't know how I would act if somebody really close to me were to pass away. I'm not even going to lie to you. I cannot imagine some of the losses that people have endured as far as loved ones go. I can't fathom that, and I don't want to. But I do understand what it's like to take financial losses, love losses, material losses. I understand that, and I also understand that it can take you to the point of no return. So here's what I want to give you all in this. I need y'all to stop looking like your situation, because there's quite a few of you walking around doing just that. Everybody know the relationship didn't work. And when you get to looking like it didn't work, let me tell you, I'm going to give y'all a secret real quick. When you get to looking like the relationship didn't work, people can tell who broke up with who by looking at the two of y'all. If they looking like they moved on and they sweet, you should be looking the same way. And truth be told, I'm going to tell you something. Sometimes, just sometimes, when you get back on your feet and you get to looking better than you did when you was with that person, because a lot of us lose ourselves depending on who we're dealing with. We forget who he is in that relationship. But when you get to looking better than you was looking when you was with that person always want to circle back and whispers things in your ear and tell you how nice you look and how good you smell. They somewhere in your DM, your inbox, and texting and all. At that point, understand, you got yourself together because you got over the loss. Some people feel better knowing that you're hurting over them. It means that they're attached. And people ride with the fact that they attack. How many of you all then let somebody come back and smash after they dumped you? I'm finna go. That is the $1,000,000 question. I need y'all to stop growing old in grief. Get up off the couch, get up out the bed, get your life together. You lost the job, there's another job waiting on you. You lost the house, it wasn't your house to begin with, especially if you had to struggle to get it. Understand what I'm saying? Get off the couch, get out the bed, make life happen for you. God will always meet you halfway. I love you all, and I will see you next video.